Brian, start this out for me. Fill in the blank. Game 5, it is going to come down to what?
Margin of error, as in very small for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They just have to play almost perfect basketball. I thought they played a pretty good game in Game 4. It wasn't able to get it done. They have even less margin for error here in OKC.
To me, it's pressure. There's the pressure of elimination. There's the pressure to extend. But most importantly on the court, it's the pressure to attack the paint, trying to attack the inside.
And for me, it's Julius Randle. Flat out, hands down, Julius.
These really incredibly difficult shots. But if we see an all-out effort here from the Timberwolves, this has all the makings of what could be an awesome game. And speaking of, we saw that last night in Indianapolis. Hi, it's us. We're the networks, and we're going to celebrate those stats because it's hard to look past them. I know this is a special, special team, Brian, but in your mind, what did you see?
Just a historic game from Tyrese Halliburton. Okay, he has
stars in their role. I mean, we talk about Naismith, we talk about Nembhard, but about his leadership and what he brings to this team. Everyone stars in their role, and there's no egos. Even
is so important for them, Chiney. You've been pointing it out all season long.
Yeah, quick shots and turnovers are the Pacers' ticket to the NBA Finals. They had 22 fast break points, tied for the most so far in the postseason. And the last thing you want to do is Tyrese
Carlisle is the perfect coach for this group, UD.
I know that. From me, and Spo will tell you this personally. Rick made him better in that series. He is a person that thinks outside the box.
Yep. I promise we're not making up stats just to make you look good, Tyrese. But how does Indiana's style of play? It kind of leads to these sorts of numbers, Chiney.
You ready for this?
Let's do it.
It's time to go shot for shot. We can give you one, too.
Oh, thank you.
Big bro, little sis.
Step up if they want to send this to a Game 6.
Well, I mean, definitely Batman needs his Robin. You need another guy. You can't go working from that baseline instead of being in that mid-post area where they saw Joker in. He's not as good as Joker is in that spot right there.
But at the end of the day, we know in elimination games, all eyes are on the star player. And I think 13 field goals, 2.5 will never be good enough when it's Anthony Edwards in these circumstances. Everyone wants him to literally shoot a shot. I want you guys to take a look at these numbers here about stars in elimination games, because when we all realize that a lot of his misses were based off of rhythm, but now he's going to shoot his shot early on to be aggressive to set the tone.
Like Game 3, right? Like
Exactly.
He came out in Game 3 and he had 16 points in the first quarter. He had 16 points in the last game. And that just is the juxtaposition of these two Anthony Edwards. But okay, so he makes the adjustment. He's going to shoot more. Then the Timberwolves, or excuse me, the Thunder, they're going to adjust to Anthony Edwards shooting more. And then Ant's going to have, what is the counter adjustment to the adjustment?
It's like UD said, it really comes down to Julius Randle because he shares the playmaking. In the last series against the Warriors, when we saw the Timberwolves really at full power, it was Randle feeding Ant. There was one game where Randle assisted Ant 6 times.
Yeah, and once again, like I said, Julius has to go early and all bodying up, not giving him any angles, and those guys are swarming from the wings, and it's very tough for Julius to get shots. So some of this is OKC as well. It's not all just Julius playing bad.
There's still basketball to be played here, but Brian, there are larger implications for the
We're hoping for them to have a bigger role. But what I'm saying is this might be the last time we see these Wolves together in this.
No means are we hoping that this is the end. You're looking at 4 people who want more basketball, but that is some of the context here for the Timberwolves whenever their offseason begins. I don't know if it's. I mean, I asked Mark Daigneault after the game, Game 4. I said, "What did they show you? What did they prove to you?" And he said, "Nothing. I've known who this team is." But it still feels like we're seeing something special from SGA. Dare I ask one more time, Brian, what he has proven to you this postseason?
I'm going to channel Coach Daigneault and say he hasn't proven anything to me because I knew who this guy was. He was runner-up for the MVP last year. He won the MVP this year.
Quote, when someone shows you who they are, believe them.
And
we believe SGA.
We absolutely believe, but I do think it's a beautiful thing to watch him succeed because you're seeing the organic ascension of a superstar. You know, just from where he started with his game to now refining it. One thing I talked to my sister about is as you become a vet in the league, it's not about you're doing things differently, it's that you're doing it at the highest level. You're understanding how to make reads, you're understanding how to be unstoppable and be unguardable. And we've seen his patented mid-range, his off the dribble. No one can stop that, but it's also the fact that that superstar status, it means you bring your teammates with you. And he's sort of leading on the fly. We heard some great sound of, hey, we might be down. This is the only game we lost so far this series. It doesn't matter. We beat ourselves. Let's have another opportunity. So it's been cool to see how he's grown in the league.
And for me, it's his leadership. He's such a quiet guy, and oftentimes you wonder, is he leading, is he not, is he just in his own lane? But I've seen his leadership. Worry about it. And instantly everybody in the locker room was like, okay, we good, we good, we good.
I never believed you were in shambles, UD. I never believed that.
He scored like 50 or whatever it was.
He said, I got this.
Yeah, he said, and we was like, okay, we good.
And I think when we talk about, proving something, it wasn't SGA who had any questions going into this series. Frankly, it was J-Dub. It was, what is Jalen Williams going to bring,
Now
Brian?
you're on to something. That was where I think Mark Daigneault was being a little disingenuous because we did 6 3-pointers, so many of them daggers, a big step forward game where we learned about him.
And it feels like this is a game back at home that is prime for J-Dub to finally say, none of this is a fluke. What you see, believe your eyes. I am here with this team and with this group to take them to the next level.